anchoring to the breath. We ground ourselves in this moment, being present. Present not just to the thoughts that are moving through our minds, but present to the feelings within our bodies, recognizing the body's intelligence to reveal places where there may be stress, blocked emotions, trauma, fear, enthusiasm, waiting and ready to burst forth. Simply being present, being aware. Present and aware to all of the ways that this beingness, this power and presence incarnating itself as us in this moment, all of the ways that it communicates through this breath, through the temperature on the skin, that slight itch behind the left ear. All of this is information that helps us live, move, and have our beingness as these divine expressions that we call ourselves. These divine incarnations of the infinite showing up as us. And so we breathe. Ernest Holmes said, "There is only one life, that life is God, that life is my life now. There is only one mind, that mind is God, that mind is my mind now." What it is, we are, because there cannot be any it separate from us or us separate from it. There is only what spirit is. And we breathe in recognition that this life we are living is the story of spirit living this life as us. And with this breath, we sink deeper and ground more, becoming aware of what story are we telling ourselves about this life. The story of spirit is one of love and joy and power, liberation, freedom, bliss, transformation, evolution, growth, happiness, and wonderment. And we breathe because on any given day, that is not the story that we are told, nor is it the story that we tell ourselves. There is only one life, that life is God, that life is my life now. There is only one mind, that mind is God, that mind is my mind now. And so I look to all of the places in my life where that does not seem to be what I am able to find. Where do we find in our lives stories that tell us we are less than divine? Stories that tell us we are sinners since birth, undeserving, unworthy, incapable, mistakes, flawed and broken. Because in this breath, we get to tell a different story. We get to tell a story grounded and anchored in truth. Grounded and anchored in the absolute essence of our beingness. There is a power that is goodness itself. And that power is living, moving, and having its beingness in each individual incarnation that we call our lives. Beings of spiritual magnificence, expressions of the One, made in the image and likeness of love itself. We breathe, choosing a new story. We breathe, choosing a true story. We breathe, choosing a loving story, a healing story. We breathe. We breathe, choosing a bold new story. Bold because we are not going to go back to the stories of yesterday, back to the stories of our childhood, back. We choose forward, upward, onward. We choose stories of the infinite I am that I am ever becoming, stories of our evolution and growth, stories built on the foundation that demonstrate, manifest, and create the experience of a world that works for all. Stories. Stories that we tell ourselves with our affirmations and declarations. We breathe. We breathe. Stories that we tell ourselves with each thought, knowing that each thought is a prayer. What stories are we praying into being? With each conversation that we have, with email and text, Zoom, by phone, or in person, what stories are we crafting into the very fabric of the universe, the very fabric of reality? What stories are we choosing to tell, to manifest, to demonstrate, to experience? Breathe. There is only one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. There is only one mind. That mind is God. That mind is my mind now. There is a power that is absolute goodness, that is the universe itself. And in this moment, we are using it and it is using us because there is only the infinite, ever flowing law of reciprocity and circulation that is the divine moving upon itself forever. We are always connected. The infinite wisdom that is God is my life now. The infinite joy that is God is my life now. The infinite bliss and passion and purpose and playfulness that is God is my life now. We believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature. This includes the old stories of lack, scarcity, limitation. In this breath, we recognize our infinite and eternal emancipation from such stories. We are connected to the infinite wellspring of all that is, and not just connected to it, it is what we are. We are what it is. There is no line of separation or delineation between where we begin and God ends, or God begins and we end. There is only that which God is as the infinite and eternal center of all that is, right here and right now. That goal, emancipation, right now. Freedom, right now. Liberation, right now. Liberated from all stories of impossibility, liberated from all paradigms of oppression, liberated, set free, and emancipated. For that which God is cannot be bound, cannot be oppressed, cannot be suppressed. For that which God is God. Always infinite and eternal. So in this breath, we breathe in the recognition of it. Breathe in the recognition of it as us. Rolling up our sleeves to do what is ours to do. To live what is ours to live. To live, move, and have our beingness in, as, and through this divine spiritual incarnation, this mind, these thoughts, these words, this heart and these feelings, this body and these actions, all God, all good, always, forever. Breathe. Gratitude. Breathe. Surrendering. Breathe. Receiving. Breathe. Being. Breathe. Anchoring and grounding. This meditation carries us on through the rest of service with this awareness, this understanding, and this declaration of knowing right here and right now. The story of the infinite I am is being told in our minds, in our thoughts, in our words, in our feelings, and in our actions. We choose this story. So we engage in service, recognizing that this service and our participation in it is a joyous, divine, and delicious participatory activity as we join with other incarnations of the One, blending and telling and sharing our stories of wisdom and power and purpose and evolution and freedom together. We are spirit made flesh. And we are here for such a purpose as this. And we breathe. Grateful, joyful, heart full. And so it is.
Good morning. Take me to a place of love. Take me to a place of peace. Show me how to heal this heart. Give me strength. Oh, give me strength. Take my soul into your soul. Connect with me, my dear. Take me to a place of love, a place of love. Oh, won't you take me to a place of love? Oh, won't you take me to a place of peace? Show me how to heal. I need some strength. Take my soul into your soul. Connect with me, my dear. Take me to a place of love, a place of love. Oh, take me to a place of love. Take me to a place of peace. Show me how to heal this heart. Give me strength. Oh, give me strength. Take my soul into your soul. Connect with me, my dear. Take me to a place of love, a place of love. Won't you take me to a place of love? Won't you take me to a place of peace? Show me how to heal. I need some strength. Take my soul into your soul. Connect with me, my dear. Take me to a place of love, a a place of love. Take me to a place of love. Take me to a place of peace. Show me how to heal this heart. Give me strength. Oh, give me strength. Take my soul into your soul. Connect with me, my dear. Take me to a place of love, a place of love. Oh, won't you take me to a place of love? Oh, won't you take me to a place of peace? Show me how to heal. I need some strength. Take my soul into your soul. Connect with me, my dear. Take me to a place of love, a place of love. Thank you.
Good morning. Greetings, everyone. In order to help with our new method of recording our service, we request that congregants and participants who are not performing, speaking, or interpreting, please turn your cameras off until after service. At that time, all can come on camera to fellowship together and share the love. Thank you for your cooperation. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore. I am your host, Minister Mo. Our speaker today is practitioner Tracy Brown. Our musician is Celia Farran. That was absolutely beautiful, the song we just heard. The pre-service meditation was led by our senior minister, Reverend Dr. Raymond Anderson. Serving as today's practitioner is MaryAnne Marsalek. Assisting with making this service open, inviting, and accessible to the deaf community are our sign language interpreters, Ashlee Goldman and Renuka Purimetla. Holding things down, working behind the scenes, is Jim Lefter and Tracy Rhymes. On behalf of Reverend Dr. Ray, thank you all for your service. Spread the love. Invite a friend Sunday. We're so excited to have you with us today, and we hope that you will continue to bring someone with you to share this service. Before MaryAnne grounds us in prayer, let's share this about her. MaryAnne Marsalek is a licensed practitioner for 7 years. With her installation in June 2013, she's been studying and practicing science of mind for 17 years. MaryAnne is a wife, mother, and grandmother of 2 wonderful grandsons. MaryAnne received a Master of Fine Arts degree from Maryland Institute College of Art. She's devoted her life to teaching, promoting, and establishing arts, humanities, and wellness, and programs in continuing education at several colleges for over 30 years. Becoming a licensed practitioner allowed MaryAnne to dive in and find the deeper meaning in life through prayer, art journaling, spiritual practices and study, and involvement with people in church, work, community, as well as volunteering at CSLGB board secretary. Some of her core beliefs are God's presence dwells within each of us, realizing oneness in God and oneness with all of creation. As Gandhi said, we must be the change we want to see in this world.
It's so good to be with you and to welcome you. It's time now to pray together. So let's just focus ourselves, take a couple deep breaths. And this is what I know. I know that as we come together, that we are united in love, united in the spirit, that there is only one mind, and that we are united in that one mind, that there is one heart and one love and one law, and we are united with that one. And I feel so grateful to know this and to be here today with you and to just feel this wonderful coming together and know that we are all part of the one. And as we breathe, we are breathing the breath of spirit, and we are all breathing together. And I pray today for our center and for this service, and know that it is a wonderful, awesome time together. I'm so grateful for all the people who have come together to make this service possible. From our interpreters, to our speaker, Tracy Brown, to Reverend Raymond for doing the meditation, pre-service meditation, for Jim Lefter, for Tracy Rhymes, for Minister Mo, and more. All these people have come together to make this a reality. And I will, to our service, whether this is your first time or you've been coming for a while. I pray for the expansion of our center and know that we are moving forward, expanding in love, in togetherness, in unity and harmony, and that we are moving forward boldly and creating a new story for ourselves and for our center. It's all good. It's all good. And I feel so blessed to be here today, to be practitioner of the day. I pray for our practitioner core, for our spiritual leadership, for our board, for all our members, and for all our guests. It's a wonderful getting together in unity and love and sharing it with one another. We certainly are lighted within with this love and harmony and peace, and want to spread it to our community and to our larger world. I am so grateful to know this, to be ready for the message. Our hearts are open. It is so wonderful to have such great music and a musician. Wonderful to have Celia, and to just feel that spirit moving through us, making us ready to open our hearts to hear the message of the day and to truly grow in consciousness and awareness of the goodness of God and spirit in our lives. So right here and now, knowing all this, knowing the harmony and love that is here, and our working and moving ahead in consciousness to become people with a new story, with a healing story, with a bold story that works and moves forward to make a world that works for all. So with great gratitude and love, I release this prayer knowing it is done, and so it is.
Thank you, MaryAnne. That was beautiful. The Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore's community, honors the world's religions. One tree, many branches. One mountain, many paths. One world, many religions and spiritual traditions. With the lighting of these candles on the first Sunday of each month, we not only honor each person on their select path, but we also bless them and recognize the light, the love, and the life-affirming nature of spirit as it shows itself in each path, in each practice, and in each person. In honor of Asian Pacific Heritage Month, we honor Li Ya-ching, who was born April 16th, 1912, and made her transition January 28th, 1998, also known by her stage name, Li Dandan. She's a Chinese film actress, pioneering aviator, and philanthropist. Li was the first Chinese woman to be granted a civil aviation license in China in 1936 and co-founded its first civilian flying school. As an actress, she starred in Romance of the Western Chamber and played lead in an early adaptation of Mulan for the screen. At the age of 16, Li witnessed an air show in Paris, which left a strong impression on her. In 1943, looking back on the start of her flying career, she explained she'd been troubled by Japanese aggression toward China and decided that she could best serve her country through flying. Li began training at the Control École d'Aviation in Switzerland, where she was the first female student to receive a pilot's license. In 1935, she enrolled in the Boeing School of Aviation in Oakland, California, for advanced training. Later that year, she returned to China, where she was commissioned by the Chinese government to make 30,000-mile survey of potential air routes. Li also helped found the Shanghai Municipal Air School and worked there as a flight instructor until civilian flights were grounded. To learn more about her, look her up online. I have some announcements to share. We currently have 3 weekly ongoing ways to study, learn, and discuss. First and third Monday nights, the Sacred Contracts Book Club, hosted by Nancy Rosenberg. Wednesday nights, the Science of Mind Textbook Exploration Group, facilitated by Dr. Ray. Thursday night study group is facilitated by practitioner Dr. Ronnie Ellington. I know you want to be a member. Yes. The discovery class is available online. Contact us at info@cslgreaterbaltimore.org or visit our website for more information on becoming a new member of CSL-GB. For more information, sign up for the CSL-GB newsletter, the CSL-GB Facebook and Instagram pages. Are you interested in a camping trip? How about a CSL-GB getaway? Sue Italiano is checking to see if there's any interest, so let us know. Send her an email at sueitaliano@gmail.com. The CSL-GB Ministry of Education has upcoming classes. Let's learn together. Foundation of Science of Mind, facilitated by Dr. Ronnie Ellington. If interested in taking this class, contact Sue Monahan. Once 4 or more people express a desire, a Saturday class will be scheduled. Conversations about race. Racial literacy as a spiritual practice. Every second Wednesday of the month from 7 to 9 p.m. This year-long journey of experiencing racial literacy as a spiritual practice, as a center of spiritual living, holds the vision of creating a world that works for all. As a beacon, and our spiritual work is examining our thinking, both our personal thoughts and those passed on to us in a collective, socialized manner. Required reading is A Race is a Nice Thing to Have, A Guide to Being a White Person, or Understanding the White Persons in Your Life, by Janet E. Helms. Love offerings are gratefully accepted. For more information, contact practitioner Rebecca Arena Beal from CSL Columbia at 410-340-4805 or email her bella358@comcast.net. For full class descriptions and more information, you're encouraged to visit our website, cslgreaterbaltimore.org or .com. Find more educational opportunities there in our and other communities we're partnered with. Would you like to receive a daily text or hear the beautiful voice of Reverend Dr. Raymond Anderson every day? If so, type JOIN, J-O-I-N, to 833-663-9021 to begin receiving your daily inspirations. You'll be so glad you did. Prayer works. Wait. Let's say it together on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Prayer works. Oh, yes. That is so much better. Prayer works. We as a community continue to treat and move our feet, knowing the truth for everyone around the planet. Prayer requests can be sent at any time via email to info@cslgreaterbaltimore.org. Amen and ashe. Our musician, Celia Farran, travels the globe with her inspirational music, comedy, and sound healing. She's opened for notable authors such as Neil Donald Walsh, MaryAnne Williamson, Dr. Masaru Emoto, Donna Eden, and Swami Bayanananda. MaryAnne Williamson, author of A Return to Love, said, Celia's music calls women to their glory and men to their hearts. Ricky Byers said, Celia Farran owns the stage. Okay. To learn more about Celia, visit her website, celiaonline.com.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to be with you again. I'm here in Phoenix, Arizona. Gonna sing a little song to you called The Best Day of My Life So Far. Today is gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be the best day of my life. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be the best day of my life so far. Well, my kindness was questioned, raging rapids of good intentions. I dropped my oar and let my raft flow downstream, set my boundaries for bounty, dropped comparisons and counting. Now ease and grace fill my space, and all I can be is free, so free, free to be me with you and you with me, so free and easy, free to be everything I came here to be, so free. Gonna be a good day, it's gonna be a great day, it's gonna be the best day of my life. It's gonna be a good day, it's gonna be a great day, it's gonna be the best day of my life so far. Now I'm filled with the luminous love light and vibrant creative energy. Every thought is golden and I can feel the magic in each moment. My heart is wide open, ease and grace are on my face, and all I can be is free, so free, free to be dancing on the wind with my wildest dreams, so free, blissfully, free to be everything I came here to be, so free. It's gonna be a good day, it's gonna be a great day, it's gonna be the best day of my life. It's gonna be a good day, it's gonna be a great day, it's gonna be the best day of my life so far. 'Cause I'm free, I'm free, free, so free, so free, so free, so free. Me with you and you with me, so free and easy, free to be everything I came here to be, so free. It's gonna be a good day, it's gonna be a great day, it's gonna be the best day of my life. It's gonna be a good day, it's gonna be a great day, it's gonna be the best day of my life so far. Thank you.
Thank you, Celia. That was absolutely beautiful. Woo, I feel free, y'all. Okay, so now MaryAnne will lead us in a spiritual practice.
Morning. Thank you, Celia. That was wonderful. For our spiritual practice this morning, I will share a reading, and after the reading, have a short time of contemplation, ending with an affirmative prayer. So let's start focusing on 3 cleansing breaths. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment. Breathing out, I know this is a powerful moment. So just relax any tension and just keep focusing on your breath. As I contemplated this month's powerful theme, Holy, Holy Uprising, and this week's title, Boldly Living a New Story, I came across a quote by Pema Chodron that shifted my consciousness and the limiting story I was telling myself. And it was, You are the sky. Everything else is just weather. That was just what I needed to hear in that moment. It just blew me away. And the old limiting story I was telling myself. So the reading that I will share with you today is from Blessings, Prayers and Declarations for a Heartfelt or Heartful Life by Julia Cameron. And it starts with a quote from Martha Graham. There is vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all time, this expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and will be lost. Title of this reading is The Breath of Spirit Breathes Through Me. I am a unique conduit for the good of the universe to flow into the world. As I listen and respond to my inner guidance, I bring to the world originality, opportunity, and vision. I have a unique healing presence, which blesses those who know me. As I open my heart to being true to my own nature, I provide for others a personal and providential medicine. We do not interact by mistake. I am placed where I am and with whom I am for many important reasons. As I become more fully myself, my individual personality brings specific gifts to those who surround me. As I open myself to unfolding my inner gifts, the gifts of my nature grace others in outward and material ways. My presence in this world is important. My attitudes and actions have importance. As I choose to be a healing and creative presence, I am a balm for a troubled world. As I embrace my part in a larger and holier whole, that whole embraces me. The grace of Spirit touches me, and through me, it touches all I encounter. So let's take a few moments to contemplate that reading, those words. Breathing in, I am open. Breathing out, I am guided. Breathing in, I am a conduit for good. Breathing out, I release and allow. Breathing in, I am open. Breathing out, I am guided. Breathing in, I allow. Breathing out, I release and let go. Breathing in, I am open. Breathing out, I am guided. Breathing in, I am open and I allow. Breathing out, I release, let go, and surrender. And this is what I know. I know that we are in a grand, bold universe, that the Spirit is breathing through me, with me, as me. I am guided, I am loved, I am supported. I am at one with the one. I have all that I need to live boldly, to live a new, vibrant, visionary life. I am open to receive. I am open to receiving insights and following my intuition. I know that I am blessed, that insights come to me, that you are the sky, that we are magnificent. We are magnificent divine beings. I know that I am ready to embrace that, to know it, to affirm it, and to act on it. Truly, we are the sky. That our arms embrace the sky, that we are united, flowing, expanding, knowing and learning about ourselves, and ready to fly. To know that all the other static and discord are only temporary, are conditions, that we are here on the leading edge, ready to act, to listen to spirit, to listen to the call, to follow through, that we are united together, that we are here to support and encourage one another, to truly help each other as we work to make a world that works for all. We all are filled with grace, with the breath of spirit, guiding us, warming us, fanning the flames of greatness within us. And it's time to take on and live a new story, a healing story, a vibrant story, the magnificent story that we came here to live, to love, to find balance in our life, to find harmony and peace, and work for that peace in this world, to work for social and racial justice, to be truly alive and growing and expanding. I hear the call. I'm ready to answer the call to be who we are looking for. And it feels so good to have other like-minded people, members of this center, who are ready to be and love. I release this prayer full of gratitude, full of love and life, and know that we are together ready to make an impact on our local communities, in our country and in the world. I feel so grateful to know this, to be the love, the light, the healing light that the world so desperately needs and wants. So right here and now, I release this prayer with such gratitude, with such joy and love and understanding. And know that this truly is an awesome day, a grand day. And we are ready to live it, to smile, to laugh, to dance, to truly be the joyful beings that we are and came here to be. So right here and now, I release this prayer, knowing it is done, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, MaryAnne. That was absolutely divine. Our guest speaker is guided by spirit, groomed to serve, grown from the practice of prayer. This is Tracy Brown. She was introduced to New Thought in 1986 and is now a licensed practitioner dedicated to helping others apply spiritual principles to their everyday life. Tracy is the author of several books, including I Turn to Prayer, and is frequently requested as guest speaker and teacher throughout the New Thought movement. Within Centers for Spiritual Living, Tracy has served as the chair of the governing board worldwide and is a recipient of the Ernest Holmes Award. Here she is.
So just breathe with me, because MaryAnne, that was a beautiful grounding. And so I like breathe in and breathe out. What a beautiful grounding. And I know that Pema Chodron quote about each one of us being the sky, the rest is just weather. If we could remember that, it would be so easy to live a new story. And that's what we're focusing on this morning. And if we're living a new story, then as Celia sang to us, today's going to be a good day. Today is going to be a great day. In fact, today is going to be the best day of my life so far, because tomorrow we do it all again. I am so delighted to be sharing energy with you, each one of you, because this month has been amazing. This theme for the month of Holy Uprising has surely lit a fire under me, and I hope some of you as well. In that first week of May, beginning to think about and talk about this living a new adventure. And I declare that, as Michael Bernard Beckwith talks about and sings about, my adventure is going to be an adventure in paradise, and I invite you to go along with me. The next week, talking and thinking about revolutionary love, and the idea that revolutionary means radical and evolutionary, that we only have revolutionary love if we have radical love, and we evolve, use that love to evolve ourselves and where we live and how we live. And then looking in week 3 at this too is God. If every day can be a good day, a great day, the best day of our lives so far, then no matter what is happening, it is God happening. And we are God navigating our way through it. All of those together really ground me in this place of knowing it is time to live a new story. The story from last month won't do. The story from 14 months ago before the pandemic, I don't want to go back there. The story of what was my life experience when I was 20 or 30 or 12, it's done. It is time to boldly live a new story. And in order to do that, we have to start with looking at the story we have been living. Now, I know a little something about the old story of my life, and I bet you know a little something about the old story in your life, because we have all kinds of stories, right? We have factual stories, we have scary stories, we have inspiring stories. We have stories we've made up about ourselves and other people. We have stories about politicians. We have stories about everything. We can make up stories about people standing in the line in the grocery store or the bank. We can make up stories about people who we see posting on social media. But where do we get our stories from? Well, if you're like me, your individual personal story, it pretty much comes from your personal experience or maybe your education or what your family told you. But our personal story does affect how we view the world and how we think the world views us. And our individual or personal story, our old story, it's what we consider the facts of our lives. Like, I know it was true, it happened. You know, I know what I went through when I went through that divorce. Oh, it was traumatic. Oh, I remember when my father died and my life has never been the same. Oh yeah, I remember when I started my business and how exciting it was, right? It's my own story, my memories in my framework or view. But never forget that in many ways, Mark Nepo reminds us, in many ways, our stories are a part of one story. Our pain is a part of one pain. Our surprise at the beauty and fragility of life is part of one chorus of awe. And I would add to Mark Nepo's words, our joy is part of one joy. Our fear is part of one fear. And so even though we know our individual and our individual story, it is also a part of a collective story. And the story of our community, the story of our nation, the story of the world is shaped by values of groups of people. The story that is our collective story is shaped by traditions. The story, the collective story, is shaped by history and how history has been interpreted. But often, our stories, instead of making us the hero or the heroines or the superheroes and the superstars, even though we want to view ourselves in that way, so often our stories involve us being the victim. Even when there's something good going on in our lives, our story is about how hard it was and how many barriers we had to break through in order to have the success or to experience the joy. Almost all of our stories, if we're not conscious about it, involve not believing that we are able to accomplish what we set out to do. And that's a false story. We tell ourselves, I am not enough. I can't change my life. Racism will always exist. There's scarcity in the world, so I better get mine and hold on to it. On the individual level, those false stories reflect fear. We resign ourselves to that's the way it is because we are afraid to step into something bigger or better or more joyful. We have an individual story about our failures, and we seek to share that because to give up that false story that something happened that we now have learned from and we're on a journey to our best day ever, it's easier to just retell the story and to blame others and to shame ourselves. That's the false story. Our false story on the collective is there's not enough for everyone, and that's why there is poverty. Or some people are better than others, and it shows up in the collective story as racism or sexism or homophobia. It shows up as hierarchical systems in our society that say this group has it going on and this group, oh well. In the collective story, we have a false story that we must defend our territory, and anyone who comes into our territory on our land or who was there before we got there must be eliminated, controlled, or somehow put in a smaller box than full humanity and freedom. And so we have war. So we have genocide. But I just want to remind you, all of that is a false story. All of that is not the truth, even though we think of it as the truth. Fred Luskin challenges us with this quote. He wrote, if you can view your mind as your house, it can teach you how to control how much space you rent to your wounds and your grievances. You are the proprietor and you set the rent. Repeating. If you can view your mind as your house, it can teach you to control how much space you rent to your wounds and your grievances. You are the proprietor and you set the rent. Don't you just love that? What if we thought about our false story that we are not enough as just not even a whole room in our house, but it's some little small box that is sitting on a counter, but everything else is bigger. Everything else has more importance. And maybe every now and then I see that box sitting on the counter and I've even forgotten what's in it. So I go pick it up and I open the box and I'm like, I am not enough. No, put the top back on the box. Maybe set it back on the counter if I don't throw it in the trash, but set it back on the counter to remind me every now and then that no, I may be used to believe that, but that is not a part of my life every day, right here and right now. I control the rent for the ideas, for the space, for the wounds, for the grievances, because I actually can rent the rooms in the house of my mind to love and to joy. I can rent the rooms in the house of my mind to peace and wholeness. I can rent the rooms in the house of my mind to be God. in action, to be God in the physical expression of everything that I say and I do. I'm renting the rooms in the house of my mind to the beloved, to the divine, because as it says in the Bible, I want people to know, when you see me, you see the Father. When you experience life with me, or a conversation, or an activity, or we do something together, we spend time together, when we part ways, I want you to know that you were in the presence of the divine in the physical form of Tracy Brown. And I want every one of you saying the same thing. And when people interact with you, they know. So let's let go of the old story. And let's relegate the false story to a few little small tiny boxes that maybe we open every now and then, mainly so that we can remind ourselves that that is not who we are anymore. And instead, let's turn right now to the new story. Right? Today is about boldly living a new story. Let's look at the new story. Now, I also call the new story the true story. Boldly living a new story requires us to give up a lot of what we've been telling ourselves most of our lives. And if we do this, our brain is going, well, who would you be? Who would you be without that story? That's all we know. We have to give up our ego attachments. We have to give up our anger at family members who said or did something that didn't affirm us. We have to give up our hatred of people who are from a different race or ethnicity, or who have different physical abilities. We have to give all that up, all the old stories, all the false beliefs. And that means in that moment when we are committing to do that, we become who we have been created to be. We come alive to our capital T, truth. Howard Thurman reminded us, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Repeating. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive. Because what the world needs is more people who have come alive. Are you ready to come alive? No, really, seriously, are you ready to come alive? The true story about you is that you were born to be a unique expression of all the best qualities and attributes of that which created all of life. The true story about you is that you are beautifully and wonderfully made. The true story about you is that there is no one else like you in the entire universe. The true story about you is that you have gifts and talents and a way of being that the world cannot be fully complete without. The true story about you is that in what you do and say, living from your truth is all that is required for you to have, as Celia challenged us, for you to have the best day of your life so far. And then you do that living from your truth again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. If you do that, then I'll be convinced that you are ready to come alive. And if each one of us comes alive, the world comes alive. there's a quote from Van Goethe who says something, I'm going to paraphrase it, but he basically wrote that we each should sweep in front of our own doors. If everyone sweeps in front of their own doors, the world will be clean. So if you're ready to come alive and you live from that place of truth every day, then what I know is true is that the world needs you to come alive so that the world can come alive. Because the true story about all of humanity is that it has already been created as a world that works for everyone. Those are not just idle words. The Creator created everything to work together for good. And it requires us to live from good for good in order for all the good to express itself. So I'm ready to boldly live a new story, and I hope you are too. How can we do that? Well, in our individual experience and in our individual lives, we get to choose, we get to commit, and we get to change. We get to choose who we want to be and how we can be as a representative of the perfection of spirit. We must commit to then live from that place and be off of automatic or go into the default that the world may be presenting. And then we get to change our individual lives as a contribution into the collective. How do we boldly live a new story as a collective? First, we must dream. We talk about being pulled by a vision, which means we must dream our way into what would the world be like if we live a new story together. And from that dream, we then must decide that as a collective, as CSL Greater Baltimore, as people who live in a certain state or nation or country or world or region, we have to decide this is who we want to be. And then we must commit to deliver. So if we want to boldly live a new story as a collective, we have the opportunity, but maybe even the responsibility to dream, to decide, and then to deliver on that dream. We can do this. We are the ones who can be the holy, holy uprising for the best world possible to be the norm. We are the ones who can create heaven on earth. We are the ones who can deliver on what Ernest Holmes said. Accepting the lessons and experiences of the past and taking the best from everything. We should press boldly forward, looking ever for the truth and ever ascending higher and higher into the heavens of reality. Ernest Holmes. And I will repeat it and then use that as the foundation as I invite you to join me in prayer. Accepting the lessons and experiences of the past and taking the best from everything, we should press boldly forward, looking ever for the truth and ever ascending higher and higher into the heavens of reality. Let's go upstairs, higher into the reality of the truth of love, of joy, the truth of divinity. This is where I grounded this prayer. knowing that there is one infinite intelligence, and that infinite intelligence is the creator of all that is, and all that is good. Knowing that there is only this one life, and this one life is God. And God is expressing in, as, and through each one within the sound of my voice, because it is expressing in, as, and through all of life. That is what gives me the authority to speak this word. I speak this word knowing that now is the time to boldly live a new life. Now is the time to choose, and now is the time to commit, and now is the time to create that new life. Now is the time to turn away from the old and from the past, understanding that it happened as part of a continuum, but now we are at a place to go to the next place on the continuum, and it looks completely different. I speak this word, claiming for myself and for all who are ready and willing that the time is now. I am ready to boldly live a new life, to radically evolve, to recognize that all of life is good, that I am the sky, and the rest is weather, and weather changes, but the sky is absolute. This is me, eternal, navigating whatever comes my way in the human experience, and always using as my navigation guide the truth of spirit itself, seeking to express, expand, and evolve as me. And for this, I am grateful. I'm so grateful for understanding the teachings of science of mind and how they apply to living every day. I'm so grateful for knowing that God never takes a vacation, can never abandon me, and is always and only saying yes. I am so grateful for knowing that whatever I choose and whatever humanity decides is the dream and dedicates its actions toward, the universe is already ready, always ready to say yes and to manifest. So I surrender these words into the flow of perfect spiritual activity, knowing it is done and done and done well, for it is God and it is good. And if this resonates with you at any level, then I invite you to repeat after me. Amen. Ashe. Aho. Amen. And so it is.
Wow. Thank you. That was absolutely divine. Our new story is our true story. Wow. And as we continue to digest that delicious word, here is another musical selection by Celia.
Thank you so much, Tracy. That was awesome. You are awesome. The song is called The Meta Prayer, and it's for all beings. May all beings of the world, may all beings of the world have fresh, clean water to drink. May all beings of the world, may all beings of the world have food and a home. May all beings of the world have someone to share love with. happy right now. May all beings of the world, may all beings of the world be free from suffering. And today I shall do all that I can do to make it so, to make it so, to make it so, to make it so. May all beings of the world, may all beings of the world have fresh, clean water to drink. May all beings of the world, may all beings of the world have food and a home. May all beings of the world have someone to share love with. May all beings of the world to know their true purpose. May all beings of the world, may all beings of the world be well and happy right now. May all beings of the world, may all beings of the world be free from suffering. And today I shall do all that I can do to make it so, to make it so, to make it so, to make it so. May all beings of the world, may all beings of the world have fresh, clean water to drink. May all beings of the world, may all beings of the world have food and a home. May all beings of the world have someone to share love with. May all beings of the world to know their true purpose. May all beings of the world, may all beings of the world be well and happy right now. May all beings of the world, may all beings of the world be free from suffering. And today I shall do all that I can do to make it so, to make it so, to make it so, to make it so, to make it so.
To make it so. Thank you, Celia. Absolutely divine. So, this is the time of service. We're reminded that practicing the law of circulation is supporting us where we are spiritually fed. Time for tithes and offering. This supports not only our spiritual aspect, but also supports the nuts and bolts, keeping the lights on, allowing us to pay for our new CSL GBC home and our soon-to-be new building. Knowing that what we give, we receive. The CSL-GB Practitioner Corps, as the spiritual leaders of this community, after pledging $5,000 to the expansion of the CSL-GB and successfully demonstrating more than 5,000 from June to December of 2020, has once again stepped up to the pledge to collectively, as a corps, give $25,000 this year in 2021 to the expansion of our new CSLGB. This is in addition to their regular giving, individual monthly tithes. As of May 24th, they have pledged $7,875 towards this goal. The community is also being asked to join in the consciousness of the practitioners and are steeped in matching the pledge of $25,000. As of May 24th, the community has pledged $775 in giving. How do we tithe, offer, or donate? We have several ways for you to do so: via PayPal, text messaging, and postal mail. If there is a particular place within our community at CSLGB that you want to give your tithes and offerings, you may do so, such as the Emergency Care Fund or New Building Fund. Whatever you desire, you can designate in the PayPal Notes section or on your check in the Memo section. For text giving, contact Sue and she will let you know. Or you can just simply trust the flow. Our CSLGB board, as excellent stewards, will determine where the circulation is best and most appropriately used. For more information, go online to CSLGB Greater Baltimore, CSLGreaterbaltimore.org/give. Okay, together as a community, let us declare our financial wealth and abundance. You ready? I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully participate in the law of circulation. I trust in the spiritual principle that says, as I sow into my beloved community, I demonstrate my awareness of standing not only in the flow, but as the flow itself. As I sow of myself, my time, my treasure, my talent, I demonstrate my support and engagement in my community's vision, mission, and purpose. I actively give as a demonstration of manifesting, of reaping the harvest of a world that works for all. I declare it to be so, and so it is. Okay, you know what time it is. It's that time of service that Tracy reminds us to be awesome and to be amazing. So do something amazing and awesome for you today and enjoy the holiday weekend. For anyone who would like the practitioner on duty to pray with you, because we know prayer works. Remember that? Please enter prayer in the chat and remain online so that we may assist you to treat and move your feet. And now for the benediction.
And we breathe all of that awesomeness of service in, knowing that God, source, spirit, the universe, the breath, is all there is. God spoke, God sang, God read, God listened, God felt. So it is in that knowing that I recognize the truth of my oneness with this loving presence. And it is sizzling good. And as this is my truth, I know it is the truth for everyone and everything around the planet, because there is only God, one mind, one spirit, one I am presence, and I am grateful. So in this moment, in this breath, I declare that every word that was spoken, every lyric sung, every note played, and every emotion felt, that it elevates us closer to our next level of greatness. That we are inspired and encouraged today so much that we cannot contain all of this and keep it to ourselves. That new true story. That we go and we share this wonderful experience of spirit with everyone we come in contact with. And it is carried on and on and on. I know this is possible, and I know it is so because the universe has already said yes. So I am filled with gratitude, knowing that as I release this prayer into the law, it is already done. I know it, I trust it, I believe it. So with that, I say amen, amen, and amen.